This video is for my friends, my clients, and anybody out there who wants to maximize their testosterone because life is better with testosterone. And specifically, I'm going to focus on sleep in this video because sleep is really important to making sure you have really good levels of testosterone. We start to produce more testosterone in our deep sleep. We have a lot more testosterone in the morning. And if we're not getting the right sleep, we are definitely undermining all the other things that we're trying to do to give us enough testosterone. Now, I have a lot of friends out there who are considering taking exogenous testosterone or are taking exogenous testosterone, and I get it. You do feel better when you have that. The reason that I want to continue to encourage all of you to reconsider that as a long-term strategy is that there are things that happen down the road when you start putting in too many hormones into this body. It really starts to confuse your endocrine system and it can create some really bad health outcomes. So I want to continue to encourage you to layer on everything that I'm talking about in this series about testosterone to continue to address why maybe you're not able to produce enough on your own instead of relying on an exogenous source, because whatever it is that you're doing that is slowing down your natural testosterone, it's going to show up as a problem somewhere else. It's affecting your body in a different way. And I want to make sure you have everything you need to be as strong as you can be for as long as you want to be. So when it comes to sleep, I'm going to share a couple of things here with you. First of all, this very famous Chicago study was talking about they took these young men and they sleep deprived them basically for a little while. And they had a pretty powerful reduction, 10 to 15% lower levels of testosterone after they had just 1 week of 5 hours of sleep or less. Now, of course, I think we all know that that is not enough sleep. But what is enough sleep? Now, personally, I try to never go below 7.5 hours of sleep and up to 9 hours, depending on how much I had to do in that day, how much it wore me out, how much recovery that I need. Do I always get it? No, obviously, but it's important to know what our target should be. And the timing of sleep is even more important. My goal is to be asleep by 10 p.m. at night because that's what we call the money sleep. And I learned this from a gentleman named Shawn Stevenson in a great book that he wrote called Sleep Smarter. So Sleep Smarter is, I think, one of those reads that everybody should have. He gives you 21 things that you can do to improve your sleep. This was a really big game changer for me and how I'm able to help support people in their overall health. And it inspired me to actually create a handout and focuses on the nutrients that people might be missing to help them sleep. So if you want one of these, you can email us at our office at info@strong-on-health. We can send it to you. But calcium, potassium, selenium, magnesium, why it's important and where you can get it in foods, some vitamins that are important for sleep as well, things like tryptophan as an amino acid, omega-3 fatty acids, and then some bonus melatonin boosters down here as well. But action steps, these are really important. Knowing the value of sleep is huge to start. But this early morning natural sunlight exposure could be one of the most important things you could do to get your circadian rhythm going, making sure that the temperature is right in the room. This whole sheet gives you a bunch of different actionable things to just slowly improve your sleep. And as I said earlier, this 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. time slot is probably the most important time to be asleep for hormonal benefits. So if you're not sleeping at that time, if you're having a hard time with sleep and you feel like your testosterone levels are low, please address this. Please find ways to increase your sleep quality. And for those of you watching who know more about sleep than I do, please leave me some comments on other things we can do to improve sleep. Constantly trying to create another complete checklist of what are those things we can do to get the perfect night's rest so we can get our body healing and maximize our health overall and our testosterone for the long term. Thanks for watching. Hope this is helpful. And please leave a comment or a question so we can continue this conversation in a way that is going to support you for your long-term health. Have a good one.